let fame, that all hunt after in their lives, look registered upon our brazen tombs, and then grace us in the disgrace of death, when, despite horror and devouring time, the endeavor of this present breath will buy that honor which shall bait his side's keen edge and make us heirs of all eternity. Therefore, brave conquerors, for so you are, that war against the huge army of the world's affections and your own desires, our late edicts will strongly standing forth. Navarre shall be the wonder of the world. Our court shall be the little academe, still and contemplative in living art. You three, Baron Dumaine and Longueville, have sworn for a 3 years' term to live with me, my fellow scholars, and to keep those statutes which are recorded in this schedule here. Your oaths are passed, and now subscribe your names. That his own hand may strike his honor down that violates the smallest branch herein. If you are armed to do as sworn to do, subscribe to your depots, and keep it too.
I am resolved. 'Tis but a 3 years' fast. The mind shall banquet, though the body pine. Fat paunches have lean pains, and dainty bits make rich the ribs, but bankrupt quite the wits.
My loving lord, Dumaine is mortified. The grosser manner of these world's delights he throws upon the gross world's baser slaves. To love, to wealth, to pomp, I pine and die, with all these a living in philosophy.
So much, dear liege, I have already sworn, that is, to live and study here 3 years. But there are other strict observances as not to see a woman in that term, the which I hope is not enrollment there. And 1 day in a week to touch no food, and but 1 meal on all the days beside, the which I hope is not enrollment there. And to sleep but 3 hours in the night, and not be seen to wink of all the day, when I was wont to think no harm of night, and to make a dark night too of half the day, the which I hope is not enrolled there. These are barren tasks, too hard to keep. Not to see the ladies, study, fast, not sleep.
Your oath is passed to pass away from these.
Let me say no, my liege, and if you please. I only swore to study with your grace, and stay here in your court for 3 years' space.
You swore to that, Baron, and to the rest.
By yea and nay, sir, and then I swore in jest. What is the end of study? Let me know.
Why, that to know, which else we should not know.
Things hidden barred, you mean, from common sense?
Aye, that is study's godlike recompense.
Come on, then. I will swear to study so, to know the thing I am forbid to know, as thus. To study where I well may dine, when I feast expressly am forbid, or study where to meet some mistress fine, when mistresses from common sense are hid. Or, having sworn too hard a keeping oath, study to break it, and not break my troth. If study's gain be thus, and this be so, study knows that which yet it doth not know. Swear me to this, and I will ne'er say no.
These be the stops that hinder study quite, and train our intellects to vain delights.
Why, all delights are vain, but that most vain which pain purchased doth inherit pain, as painfully to pore upon a book to seek the light of truth, while truth the while doth falsely blind the eyesight of his look. Light seeking light, doth light of light beguile. So where you find where light and darkness lies, your light grows dark by losing of your eyes. Study me how to please the eye indeed, by fixing it upon a fairer eye, who dazzling so, that light shall be his heed, and give him light that he was blinded by. These earthly godfathers of heaven's lights, that give a name to every fixed star, have no more profit of their shining nights than them that walk, and what not what they are.
How well he's read to reason against reading.
Proceeded well, and stop all good proceeding.
Well, sit you out. Go home, Baron. Adieu.
No, my good lord, I have sworn to stay with you, and though I have for barbarism spoke more than for this angel knowledge you can say, be confident, I'll keep what I have sworn, and by the penance of each 3 years' day. Give me the paper and let me read the same.
A well this yield and rescues thee from shame.
I know that no woman shall come within a mile of my court. Hath this been proclaimed?
4 days ago.
Let's see the penalty. On pain of losing her tongue? Who devised this penalty?
Mary, that did I.
Sweet Lord, and why?
To fright them hence with that dread penalty.
Dangerous law against gentility. I don't. If any man be seen to talk with a woman within the term of 3 years, he shall endure such public shame as the rest of the court can possibly devise. This article, my liege, yourself must break. For well you know, here comes an embassy, the French king's daughter, with yourself to speak, that made of grace and complete majesty, about surrender of Aquitaine to her decrepit, sick, and bedrid father. Therefore this article is made in vain, or vainly comes the admired princess hither.
What say you, lords? Why, this was quite forgot.
Study evermore is overshot. Well, it doth study to have what it would, it doth forget to do the thing it should.
She must of force dispense with this decree. She must lie here on mere necessity.
Necessity will make us all forsworn 3,000 times within these 3 years' space. For every man with his effects is born, not by might mastered, but by special grace. If I break faith, this word shall speak for me. I am forsworn on mere necessity. So to the laws at large I write my name, and he that breaks them in the least degree stands in a danger of eternal shame. Suggestions are to utterance to me, but I believe, although I seem so low, I am the last that will last keep his oath. But is there no quick recreation granted?
Aye, that there is. Our court, you know, is haunted with a refined traveler of Spain, a man in all the world's new fashion blended, not a mint of phrases in his brain. One in the music of his own vain tongue doth ravish like enchanted harmony. A man of compliments, whom right and wrong shows his umpire of their mutiny. This child of fancy that our motto pipe, for interim to our study shall relate in high-born words the words of many a night from tawny Spain lost in the world's debate. How you delight, my lords, I know not, but I protest, I love to hear him lie.
Our motto is a most illustrious wight, a man of fiery words, fashion's own knight.
Start the swain, and he shall be our sport. And so to study 3 years is but short.
Which is the Duke's own person?
This fellow what?
I myself reprehend his own person, for I am his Grace's Tharborough. But I would see his own person in flesh and blood.
This is he.
Signor commends you. There is villainy abroad, this letter will tell you more.
So the contempt thereof are is touching me.
A letter from the magnificent Armado.
Hello, so
Matter?
open God for high
A
words.
high hope for a low heaven, God grant us patience.
To hear or forbear laughing?
Sir, the matter is to me, sir, as concerning Japanetta.
Oh!
The manner of it is I was taken in the manner.
In what manner?
In manner and form following, sir. All those three. I was seen with her at the manor house, sitting with her upon the form and taken following her into the park, which is, when put together, in manner and form following. As for the manner, it is the manner of a man to speak to a woman. For the form, in some form.
Will you hear this letter with attention?
As we would hear an oracle.
Great Deputy, the Welkin's Vicegerent and sole dominator of Navarre, my soul's first god and body's fostering patron.
Not a word of start yet.
So it is.
It may be so, but if he say it is so, he is, in telling true, but so.
Peace.
Be to me and every man that dares not fight.
No word.
Of other men's secrets, I beseech you.
So it is. Besieged with sable-colored melancholy, I did commend ye black oppressing humor to thy most wholesome physic of thy health-giving air, and, as I am a gentleman, betook myself to walk, the time which, about the 6th hour, when beasts most graze, birds best peck, and men sit down to that nourishment which is called supper. So much for the time when. Now for the ground which I mean I walked upon an easy clip to thy park. Then for the place where I mean I did encounter that obscene, preposterous event, that draweth from my snow-white pen the ebon-coloured ink that here thou viewest, surveyest, beholdest, or seest, but to the place where it standeth north-northeast, and by east, from the west corner of thy curious knotted garden. There I did see that low-spirited swain, that base minnow of thy mirth,
Me?
that unlettered, small-knowing soul,
Me?
that shallow vessel,
Still me.
that, as I remember, hight custard,
Oh, me.
sorted and consorted, contrary to thy established and proclaimed edict and continent canon, which with, but with this, I passion to say wherewith,
With a wench.
with the grandmother of our grandmother Eve. A female, or for thy more sweet understanding, a woman. Him I, as my ever-esteemed duty pricks me on, have sent to thee to receive the meed of punishment by thy sweet grace's officer, Anthony Dalton. A man of good repute, carries bearing and estimation.
Beyond shall please you, I am Anthony Dahl.
For Jaquanetta, so is the weaker vessel called, which I apprehended with the aforementioned swain. I keep her as a vessel of the law's fury, until at least of thy sweet notice bring her to trial. Fine in all compliments of devotion, heart-burning heat of duty. Donna Triana, Diamado.
This is not as well as I looked for, but the best that ever I heard.
Aye, the best for the worst. But what say you, Sarah?
Sir, I confess the wench.
Did you hear the proclamation?
I do confess much the hearing of it, but little of the marking of it.
It was proclaimed a year's imprisonment to be taken with the wench.
I was taken with none, sir. I was taken with a damsel.
It was proclaimed, damsel.
This was no damsel either, sir. She was a virgin.
It is so very true, sir, for it was proclaimed virgin.
If it were, I deny her virginity. She was a maid.
This maid will not serve your turn, sir.
Oh, this maid will serve my turn, sir.
Sir, I will pronounce your sentence. You shall fast a week on bread and water.
I'd rather pray a month with mutton and porridge.
And Don Armado shall be your keeper. My lord Rome, seem delivered o'er, and go we lords to put in practice that which each you other hath so strongly sworn.
My head to any good man's hat, these oaths and laws will prove an idle scorn. This hero, come on.
I suffer for truth, sir. For true it was, I was taken with Jaquanetta, and Jaquanetta is a true girl. Therefore welcome the sour cup of prosperity. Affliction may one day smile again, and till then, sit thee down, sorrow.
Boy, what sign is it when a man of great spirit grows melancholy?
A great sign, sir, that he would look sad.
Sadness is one in itself same thing, really.
No, a lord, sir, no.
How canst thou put sadness and melancholy, my tender juvenile?
By a familiar demonstration of the working, my tough senior.
Why tough, senor?
Why tender juvenile?
I spoke it, tender juvenile, as a congruent epithet appertaining to thy young days, which we shall nominate tender.
And I, tough senior, is an impertinent title to your old time, which we may name tough.
Pretty I'm not.
How mean you, sir? I pretty in my saying apt, or I apt in my saying pretty?
Thou pretty because little,
Little pretty because little, wherefore apt?
and therefore apt because quick.
Speak you this in my praise, master?
And I can thine praise,
I would praise an eel with the same praise.
that the ear is ingenious.
Ah, that an eel is quick.
I do say thou art quick in answers. Thou heatest my blood.
I am answered, sir.
I love not to be crossed.
He speaks the mere contrary. Crosses love, not him.
I have promised to study 3 years with the Duke.
You may do it in an hour, sir.
Impossible.
How many is one thrice told?
I I am ill-threatening. It fitteth the spirit of a tapster.
Oh, you are a gentleman and a gamester, sir.
I confess both. They are both the varnish of a complete man.
Then I am sure you know how much the gross sum of Duces amounts to.
It goes from to one more than two.
Which the base vulgar do call 3.
True.
Why then, sir, is this such a piece of study? Now here is 3 studied ere doth thrice wink. And how easy it is to put years to the word 3, and study 3 years in 2 words? The dancing horse will tell you.
A most fine figure.
Prove you a cipher.
I will hereupon confess.
I am in love.
And as it is base for a soldier to love, so am I in love with a base wench. If drawing my sword against the humor of affection could deliver me from the wrapper of my thought of it, I would desire courtesy, prisoner, and ransom him to any French courtier for a new devised courtesy. I think scorn to side. Methinks I should elsewhere coop it. Comfort me, boy. What great men have been in love.
Hercules, master.
Sweet Hercules. More authority, my dear boy, nay more, and sweet, my child. Let them be men of good repute and carriage.
Samson, master. He was a man of good carriage, great carriage. For he carried the town gates on his back like a porter. And he was in love.
Well met, Samson. Strong joined in Samson. I do excel thee in my rapier as thou dost excel me in carrying gates. For I am in love too. Who was his love?
A woman, master?
Is not there a battle between the beggar and the king?
The world was guilty of a ballad some 3 ages since, but I think now it's not to be found, or if it were, would neither serve for the writing nor the tune.
I will have that newly writ over, that I may example my digression by some mighty precedent. I do love that country girl I took in the park, that rational-eyed costard. She deserves well.
To be whipped, and yet a better love than my master.
Silly boy, my spirit grows heavy in love.
And that's the great marvel of it, a light wench.
I say.
The forbearance of this company be passed.
Sir, it is the Duke's pleasure that you should keep Costard safe. You must suffer him to take no delight nor no penance, but he must fast 3 days a week. As for this damsel, I must keep her at the park. She is allowed for the day, woman. Fare you well.
To betray myself, blushing. Maid,
Ma'am,
I will visit thee at the lodge.
that's goodbye.
I know where it is situated.
Lord, how wise you are.
I will tell thee wonders.
That things?
That I love thee,
So I heard you say.
and so farewell.
Farewell after you.
Come, Jacquinetto, away.
Villain, thou shalt fast for thy offences ere thou be pardoned.
Well, sir, I hope when I do it, I shall do it on a full stomach.
Thou shalt be heavily punished.
I am more bound to you than your fellows, for they are but lightly afforded.
Take the villain away, shut him up.
Come, you transgressing slave, away.
Let me not be pent up. I will fast being loose.
Now, thou being fast and loose, thou shalt to prison.
If ever I do see the merry days of desolation that I have seen, some shall see.
What shall some see?
Nay, nothing rash to mope at what they look upon. It is not for prisoners to be too silent in their words, and therefore I will say nothing. I thank God that I have as little patience as another man, and therefore I can keep quiet.
I do affect the very ground, which is base. Or her shoe, which is basest. Guided by her foot, which is basest. Doth tread. But I will be forsworn. And that is a great argument of falsehood if I love. For how can that be true love which is falsely attempted? Love is a familiar. Love is a devil. There is no evil angel but love. It was Samson so tempted, and he had an excellent strength. Yet was Solomon so seduced, and he had a very good wit. His disgrace is in being called boy, his glory to subdue men. Cupid's butt-shaft is too hard for Hercules' club, and therefore too much odds for a Spaniard's rapier. Adieu, valor, rust rapier, be still, drum. For your manager is in love, yea, he loveth. Assist me some extempore god of rhyme, for I will turn sonnet. Devise wit, write pen, for I am in whole volumes in folio.
Now, madam, summon up your dearest spirits. Consider who the king your father sends, to whom he sends, and what's his embassy. Yourself, held precious in the world's esteem, to parley with the sole inheritors of all perfections that a man may owe, matchless Navarre. The plea of no less weight than Aquitaine, a dowry for a queen. Be now as prodigal in all dear grace as nature was in making graces dear when she did starve the general world beside and prodigally gave them all to you.
Good Lord, Boyer, my beauty, though but me, needs not the painted flourish of your praise. Beauty is bought by judgment of the eye, not uttered by base sale of Chapman's tongue. I am less proud to hear you tell my worth than you much willing to be counted wise in spending your weight in the praise of mine. But now to task for good Boyer, you are not ignorant. All telling fame doth noise abroad. Navarre hath made a vow, till painful study shall outwear 3 years, no woman may approach his silent court. Therefore, 'tis seemeth in a needful course before we enter his forbidden gates to know his pleasure. And on that behalf, bold of your worthiness, we single you is our best proving fair solicitor. Tell him the daughter of the King of France, on serious business, craving quick dispatch, importunes personal conference with his grace. Haste signifies so much will be attend like humble-visaged suitors his high will.
Proud of employment, willingly I go.
All pride is willing pride, and yours is so. Who the votaries, my loving maids, that are vow fellows with this virtuous duke?
Lord Longville is one.
Lady man?
I know him, madam. At a marriage feast between Lord Perigord and the beauteous heir of Jake Falconbridge, solemnized in Normandy, saw I this Longville. A man of sovereign parts he's esteemed, well-fitted in arts, glorious in arms. Nothing becomes so ill that he would well. The only soil on his fair virtue's gloss, if virtue's gloss will stain with any soil, is a sharp wit, matched with too blunt a will, whose edge hath power to cut, whose will still wills which none spare that come within his power.
A merry mocking, Lord belike. If so,
They say so most that most his humors know.
such short-lived wits do wither as they grow. Who the rest?
The young Dumaine, a well-accomplished youth, of all that virtue loved for virtue loved, most power to do most harm, least knowing ill, for he hath wit to make an ill shape good, and shape to win grace, though he had no wit. I saw him at the Duke and Lunson's once, and much too little of that good I saw is my report to his great worthiness.
Another of these students at that time was there with him, if I have heard the truth. Roan they call him, but a merrier man within the limit of becoming mirth. I never spent an hour's talk with all. His eye begets occasion for his wit, for every object that the one doth catch, the other turns to a mirth-moving jest, which his fair tongue, conceits expositor, delivers in such apt and gracious words that aged ears turn truant at his tales, and younger hearings are quite ravished, so sweet and voluble is his discourse.
God bless my ladies, are they all in love? That every one her own hath garnered such bedecked ornaments of praise.
Here comes Boyer.
Now what it means, Lord?
Navarre had notice of your fair approach, and he and his competitors in oath were all addressed to meet you, gentle lady, before I came. Marry, thus much I have learnt. He rather means to lodge you in the field, like one that comes here to besiege his court and seek a dispensation for his oath to let you enter his unpeopled house. Here comes Navarre.
Fair princess, welcome to the court of Navarre.
Fair I give you back again, and welcome I have not yet. The roof of this court is too high to be yours, and welcome to the wide fields too base to be mine.
You shall be welcome, madam, to my court.
I will be welcome then. Conduct me thither.
Hear me, dear lady. I have sworn an oath.
Our Lady help my lord will be forsworn.
Not for the world, dear madam, on my will.
Why, will shall break it. Will and nothing else.
Your ladyship is ignorant what it is.
Were my lord so, his ignorance were wise, for now his knowledge must prove ignorance. I hear your grace has sworn out housekeeping. 'Tis deadly sin to keep an oath, my lord, and sin to break it. But, pardon me, I am too sudden bold to teach a teacher ill beseemeth me. Vouchsafe to read the purpose of my coming, and suddenly resolve me in my suit.
Madam, I will, if suddenly I may.
You will the sooner that I were away, for you'll prove perjured if you make me stay.
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
Did not I dance with you in Brabant once?
I know you did.
How needless was it then to ask a question?
You must not be so quick.
'Tis long of you that spur me with such questions.
Your wit's too quick. It beats too fast, 'twill tire.
Not till it leaves the rider in the mire.
What time of day?
The hour that fools should ask.
Now, fair fall your mask,
Fair fall the face it covers.
and send you many lovers.
Amen. So you be none.
Madam, your father here doth intimate the payment of 100,000 crowns, being but the one half of an entire sum disbursed by my father in his wars. But say that he or we, as neither have, received that sum, yet there still remains unpaid 100,000 more, in surety of which one part of Aquitaine is bound to us, although not valued for the money's worth. If then the king your father would but restore that one half which is unsatisfied, we would give up our right in Aquitaine and hold fair friendship with his majesty. But that it seems he little purposeth, for here he doth demand a payment of 100,000 crowns, and not demands upon payment of 100,000 crowns to have his title live in Aquitaine, which we much rather had departed all and have the money by our fatherland than Aquitaine so gelded as it is. Fair princess, were not his request so far from reason's yielding, your own fair self should make a yielding against some reason in my breast, and go well satisfied to France again.
You do the king my father too much wrong, and wrong the reputation of your name, and so unseemly to confess receipt of that which hath so faithfully been paid.
I do protest I never heard of it. And if you prove it, I'll repay it back or yield up Aquitaine.
We arrest your word. Oh yeah, you can produce acquaintances for such a sum from special officers of Charles's father.
Satisfy me so.
So please your grace, the package is not to come where that and other specialties are bound. Tomorrow you shall have sight of it.
It shall suffice me. At which interview all liberal reason I shall yield unto. Meantime, to see such welcome at my hand is honor without breach of honor, may make tender of to thy true worthiness. You may not come, fair princess, in my gates, but here without you shall be so received, as you shall deem yourself lodged in my heart, though denied fair harbor in my house. Your own good thoughts excuse me, and farewell. Tomorrow we shall visit you again.
Sweet health and fair desire consort your grace.
Thy own wish I thee in every place.
Lady, I will commend thee to mine own heart.
Pray you, do my commendations. I would be glad to see it.
Would you heard it groan?
Is the fool sick?
Sick at the heart.
Alack, let it blood.
Would that do it good?
My physic says I,
Will you prick it with your eye?
no point with my knife,
Will God save thy life?
and yours from long living.
I cannot say Thanksgiving.
Sir, I pray your word. What lady
that singing?
The heir of Allenson, Catherine her name.
Oh, a gallant lady, Munster. Fare you well.
I beseech you a word. What is she in the white?
A woman sometimes, and you saw her in the light.
As light in the light, I desire her name.
She hath but one for herself, to desire that were a shame.
Pray, sir, whose daughter?
Her mother's, I have heard.
God's blessing on your beard.
Good sir, be not offended. She is an heir of Falconbridge.
Nay, my color is ended. She is a most sweet lady.
Not unlike, sir, that may be. What's her name in the cap? Rosaline, my good hap. Is she wedded or no? To her will, sir, or so. You are welcome, sir. Adieu. Farewell to me, sir, and welcome to you.
That last is Barone, the merry madcap lord. Not a word with him but a jest.
And every jest but a word.
It was well done of you to take him at his word.
I was as willing to grapple as he was to board.
Two hot sheeps married.
And wherefore not ships? No sheep, sweet lamb, unless we feed upon your lips.
You sheep, and I pasture. Shall that finish the jest?
So you grant pasture for me?
Not so, gentle beast. My lips are no common, though several they be.
Belonging to whom?
To my fortunes, and me.
Good wits will be jangling, but gentles agree. This Civil War of wits were much better used on Navarre and his bookmen. For here 'tis abused.
If my observation, which very seldom lies, of the heart still rhetoric disclosed in eyes, deceive me not now, Navarre is infected.
With what?
With that which we lovers entitle affected.
Your reason.
Why, all his behaviors did make their retire to the court of his eye, peeping through desire. His heart like an agate with your printing pressed, proud in his form, in his eye pride expressed. His tongue all impatient to speak, and not see, did stumble in haste in his eyesight to be. All senses to that sense did make their repair, to feel only looking on the fairest of fair. Methought all his senses were locked in his eye, like jewels in crystal for some prince to buy, who tendering their worth from where they were glassed, did point you to buy them along as you passed. His face's own margin did put such amazes, that all eyes saw his eyes enchanted with gazes. I'll give you Aquitaine and all that is his, and you give him for my sake but one loving kiss.
Come to our pavilion, voyer is disposed.
But to speak that in words which his eye hath disclosed, I only make a mouth of his eye by having a tongue which I know will not lie.
Thou art an old love-monger, and speakest skillfully.
He's Cupid's grandfather and learns news of him.
Then was Venus like her mother, for her father is but
Do
great.
you hear, my man wenches?
No.
What then do you see?
By our way to be gone.
You are too hard for me.
Tenderness of yours. Take this key and give him large returns, and bring him fast to Negotiate. I must employ him in a letter to my love. Master, will you win your love with a French brawl? What meanest thou, brawling in French?
No, my complete master. But you got a tune at the tongue's end. Canary tune with your feet. Humor it by turning up your eyelids. Sigh a note and sing a note. Sometimes through the throat as if you'd swallowed love with singing love. Sometimes through the nose as if you'd snuffed up love by smelling love. With your hat, penthouse-like over the shop of your eyes. Your arms crossed over your thin belly doublet like a rabbit on a spit. Or your hands in your pockets like a man after the old painting. These are fashions, these are humors, these betray nice witches that would be betrayed without these, and make them men of note. Do you know me? The most are affected to these.
How hast thou purchased this experience?
By a penny of my observation.
But thou,
The hobby horses forgot.
callest thou my love of yours?
A hobby horse is but a colt in your love, perhaps, to hackney. But have you forgot your love?
Almost I had.
Negligent student, learn her by heart.
By heart and in heart, my boy.
And doubt of heart, all these three I will prove.
What wilt thou prove?
A man if I live. That by, in, and without, all in an instant. By heart you love her, because your heart cannot come by her. In heart you love her, because your heart is in love with her. And doubt of heart you love her, being out of heart that you cannot enjoy her.
I am more these three.
And 3 times as much, and yet nothing at all.
Fetch it this way. You must carry me a letter.
A message well sympathized. A horse to be ambassador for an ass.
What sayest thou?
Ah, marry, sir, you must send the ass upon the horse, for it is very slow gated. But I don't.
The way is but short, the way.
As swift as lead, sir.
Thy meaning, pretty ingenious. Is not lead a metal, heavy, dull, and slow?
Minute, honest master. Or rather, master, no.
I say lead is slow.
You are too swift in saying so, that then slow which is fired from a gun.
Sweet smoke of rhetoric, he rebukes me a cannon. The bullet that's he, I shoot thee at the swain.
So then, I flee.
Most acute juvenile, valuable and free of grace. By thy honors, welcome I must find thy face. Most rude melancholy, valor gives thee place. My road is apart. Sirrah Apostle, I will enfranchise, setting thee at liberty, and freedom in thy person. Thou wert immured, restrained, captivated, bound.
True, true. And now you will be my purgation and let me loose.
I will give thee thy liberty, setting thee from durance, and, in lieu thereof, impose on thee nothing but this. Deliver the significant to the country maid Paconetta. There is remuneration, for the best word of my honor is in rewarding my dependents. Note, follow.
Now I look to his remuneration. Remuneration? Oh, that's the Latin word for 3 farthings. 3 farthings, remuneration. What's the price of a single? 1 penny. No, I'll give you a remuneration. It carries it. Remuneration. That's a fairer word than French crown. Shall never buy and sell under this word.
Ah, my good name Castar, exceedingly well met.
Pray you, sir, how much carnation would a man buy for a remuneration?
What is a remuneration?
Marry you, sir, half many farthing.
Why then 3 farthing worth of silver.
I thank your worship. God be with you.
Stay, slave, I must employ thee. As thou wilt win my favor, good mine aid, do one thing for me that I shall entreat.
When would you have it done?
This afternoon.
I will do it, sir. Fare you well.
Thou knowest not what it is.
I shall know, sir, when I have done it.
Why, believe thou must know first.
And I will come to your worship tomorrow morning.
It must be done this afternoon. Hark, slave, it is but this. The princess comes down here in the park. In her train there's a sweet lady. When tongues speak gently, then they name her name Rosaline, they call her. Ask for her, and see that you commend this sealed up counsel to her white hand. There's thy guerdon, go.
God, most sweet God. Better than remuneration. 11 pence farthing better. Most sweet garden. Well, I will do it, sir, in print. Garden. Remuneration.
And I, forsooth, in love. I that have been love's wit, a domineering pedant, or the boy that whom no mortal, so magnificent. This wimple, whining, purblind, wayward boy, senior, junior, giant, dwarf, Dan Cupid, regent of love rhymes, lord of folded arms, anointed sovereign of sighs and groans, liege of loiterers and malcontents, dread prince of plackets and king of cod pieces, sole imbrater and great general of trotting paraders, my little heart, and I, to be a corporal of his field, and wear his colors like a tumbler's. What? I love, I sue, I seek a wife. Nay, to be perjured, which is worst of all, and among three to love the worst of all, a whitely wanton with a velvet brow, 2 pitch balls stuck in her face for eyes, and I to watch for her, to sigh for her, to pray for her. Go to, it is a plague imposed by Cupid for my neglect of his almighty, dreadful little might. Well, I will love, write, sigh, pray, sue, and groan. Some men must love the lady, and some Joan.
Well, maidens, today we shall have our dispatch. On Saturday we return again to France. Then, Forster, my friend, where is the bush that we must stand and play the murderer in?
Upon the edge of yonder coppice, a stand where you may make the fairest shoot.
I think, my beauty, I am fair that shoot, and thereupon thou speakest the fairest shoot.
Pardon me, madam, I meant not so.
What? First praise me, and again say no. Oh, surely the pride not fair? Alack for woe.
Yes, madam, fair.
Nay, never pay me now, fair is not praise when I'm in the brow. Here, good my guest. Take this for telling truth. Fair praise for foul words is more than due.
Nothing but fair, madam, is that which you inherit.
See, my beauty will be saved by there. Come the help. Now mercy goes to kill. Shooting well is then accounted ill. Thus do I save my credit in the shoot. Not wounding, pity would not let me do it. If wounding, that it was to show my skill, if more were praise than purpose meant to kill. And out of question, so it is sometimes, glory grows guilty of detested crimes, when, for fame's sake, for praise and outward part, we bend to that, the working of the heart. As I for praise alone now seek to spill the courtier's blood, my heart means no ill.
Do not cursed wives hold that self-sovereignty only for praise sake when they strive to be lords o'er their lords?
Only for praise, and praise we may afford to any lady that subdues a lord.
Here comes a member of the Commonwealth.
God did you then all, pray you, which is the head lady?
Thou shalt know her fellow by the rest that have no head.
Which is the greatest lady, the highest?
The thickest and the tallest.
The thickest and the tallest. It is so. Truth is truth, and your waist were as slender as my wit. One of these made girdles for your waist should be fit. Are you not the chief woman? You are the thickest here.
What's your will, sir? What's your will?
I have here a letter from Monsieur Baron to one Lady Rosalind.
Thy letter. He's a good friend of mine. Boyer, you can carve. Break up this capon.
I am bound to serve. But this letter is mistook. It imported the none here. It is writ to Jacquinetta.
We will hear it, I swear. Break the neck of the wax, and everyone give ear.
By heaven, that thou art fair is most infallible. True that thou art beauteous, truth itself that thou art lovely. More fairer than fair, beautiful than beauteous, truer than truth itself, have commiseration on thy heroical vassal. The most illustrious and magnanimous King Cophetua set his eye on the pernicious and indubitate beggars in Elephant, and it is he that might rightly say, Vene vidi vici, which, to anatomize the vulgar, O most base and obscure vulgar, did elect. He came, saw, and overcame. He came, 1, saw, 2, overcame, 3. Who came? The king. Why did he come? To see. Why did he see? To overcome. To whom came he? The beggar. What saw he? The beggar.
Who overcame he? A beggar. The conclusion is victory. On whose side? The king's. The captive is enriched. On whose side? The beggar's. The catastrophe is a nuptial. On whose side? The king's. No, on both in one, or one in both. I am the king, for so standeth the comparison. Thou the beggar, for so witnesseth thy lowliness. Shall I command thy love? I could. Shall I enforce thy love? I may. Shall I entreat thy love? I will. What shalt thou exchange for rags? Robes. For tittles? Titles. For thyself? Me. Thus expecting thy reply, I profane my lips on thy foot, my eyes on thy picture, and my heart on thy every part. Thine in the dearest design of industry, Don Adriano de Armato.
What plume of feathers is he that indited this letter? What vein, what weathercock? Did you ever hear better?
I am much mistaken, but I remember the style.
Else your memory is bad going o'er it ere while.
This Armado is a Spaniard that keeps here in court, a phantasm, a monarcho, and one who makes sport to the prince and his bookmates.
So, fellow, a word. Who gave thee this letter?
I told you, my lord.
To whom shouldst thou give it?
From my lord to my lady.
From which lord to which lady?
From Monsieur Baron to a good master of mine to a lady in France he called Rosaline.
Thou hast mistook this letter. Come, maids, away. Dear sweet, put this up. 'Twill be thine another day.
Who is the suitor? Who is the suitor?
Shall I teach you to know?
I, my continent of beauty.
Why, she that bears the bow. Finely put off.
My lady goes to kill horns, but if thou marry, hang me by the neck at horns that here miscarry. Finely put on.
Well then, I am shooter.
And who is your dear?
If we choose by the horns, yourself come not near. Finely put on indeed.
You still wrangle with her blade, but she strikes at the brow.
But she herself is hit lower. Have I hit her now?
Thou canst not hit it, my good man.
And I cannot, but another can.
More truly, and done in the testimony of a good conscience.
The deer was, as you know, sanguis in blood, ripe as the poem water, who now hangeth like a jewel in the ear of Kylo, the sky, the welkin, the heaven, and anon falleth like a crab on the face of Cara, the soil, the land, the earth.
Truly, good Master Openness, your epithets are sweetly varied like a scholar of the least. But it was a buck of the first head.
Ah, Sir Nathaniel, how pray no?
'Twas not an old Draco, 'twas a cricket.
Most barbarous intimation, yet a kind of insinuation, as it were, in way of explication. Facere, as it were, replication, or rather ostentare, to show, as it were, his inclination after his undressed, unpolished, uneducated, unpruned, untrained, or rather, unlettered, or rather est, unconfirmed fashion, to insert again my how credo for a deer.
No, I said the deer was not an old grey goat, 'twas a pricket.
Twice sod simplicity, bis cactus. Oh. Thou monster ignorance, how deformed dost thou look.
Sir, he had never fed on the dainties that are read within a book. He had never any paper. As it were, he had never drunk ink. His intellect is not replenished. He's only an animal, only sensible in the duller parts. But we should thankful be for bearing plants sent before us, for being a man of taste and feeling, as we are, to fructify within ourselves more than he. For as it would be ill for me to be vain and discreet or a fool, so we put a patch on learning to see him at school. But, omni bene, say I, being of an old father's mind, many may brook the wind and love the weather.
You two are bookmen. Can you tell me by your wits what was a month old at Cain's birth that's not 5 weeks old as yet?
Dictina, good Mandel. Dictina. Good Mandel.
What is dictima?
Title to Phoebe, to Luna, to the moon.
The moon was a month old when Adam was no more, and wrought not to 5 weeks when he came to 5 score. The illusion holds in the exchange.
Indeed, 'tis true. The collusion holds in the exchange.
God comfort thy capacity. I say the illusion holds in the exchange.
And I say the pollution holds in the exchange. For the moon is never but a month old. And besides that, I say it was a pricket the princess killed.
Sir Nathaniel, will you hear an extemporal epitaph from the death of the deer? And to humor the ignorant, call I the deer the princess killed a pricket?
Fergay, good Master Hoffness, Fergay. But so should please you to abrogate scurrility.
I will at something affect the letter, for it argues facility. The prateful princess pierced and pricked a pretty pleasing pricket. Some say a sore, but not a sore, till now made sore with shooting. The dogs did yell, put L to sore, and sorrel jumps from thicket. Or pricket sore, or else sorrel, the people fall a hooting. If sore be sore, then L to sore makes 50 sores, 1 sorrel. Of 1 sore I, and 100 make, by adding but 1 more L.
A rare talent indeed.
If talent be a claw, look how he claws him with a talent.
Oh, this is a gift I have, simple, simple, a foolish, extravagant spirit full of forms, figures, shapes, objects, ideas, apprehensions, motions, revolutions. These are begot in the ventricle of memory, nourished in the womb of Pia Mater, and delivered upon the mellowing of occasion. But the gift is good in those in whom it is acute, and I am thankful for it.
I praise God for you, sir. And so may my parishioners. Their sons are well tutored by you, and their daughters profit very greatly under you. You are a good member of the Commonwealth.
Mehercle, if their sons be ingenuous, they shall want no instruction. If their daughters be capable, I shall put it to them. But where stop it, we powerful looks to? Oh, a soul feminine saluteth us.
God give you good morrow, Master Parson.
Master Parson, quasi pierced one. And if one should be pierced, which is the one?
Marry, Master Schoolmaster, he that is likest to a hogshead.
Ah, piercing a hogshead, a good lustre of conceit in a turtle birth. Fire enough for a flint, pearl enough for a swine. Ah, 'tis pretty, it is well.
Good Master Parson, be so good as read me this letter. It was given me by Custard and sent me from Dunner. I beseech you, read it.
I beg pardon, sir, what are the contents? Or as Horace says in his... What, my soul verses?
Aye, sir, and very learned.
Oh, let me hear a staff, a stanza, a verse. Lege, Domine.
If love made me forsworn, how shall I swear to love? Ah, never faith could hold, if not to beauty vowed. Though to myself forsworn, to thee I'll faithful prove. These thoughts to me were oaks, to thee like osiers bowed. Study his bias leaves, and make his book thine eyes, that contains all that art would comprehend. If knowledge be the mark to know, thee shall suffice. Well learned is that tongue that can thee commend. All ignorant is the soul that sees thee without wonder, which is to me some praise that I thy parts admire. Thy eye droves lightning, thy voice his dreadful thunder, which not to anger bent is music and sweet fire. Oh love, pardon me this wrong, that sings heaven's praises with such an earthly tongue.
You find not the apostrophes and so miss the accent. Let me supervise the candidate. Here are only numbers ratified, but for the elegancy, facility, and golden cadence of poesy, Cara. Ovidius Naso was the man, and why indeed Naso, but for smelling out the odoriferous flowers of fancy, the jerks of invention. Imitari is nothing, so doth the hound his master, the ape his keeper, the tired horse his rider. But, Demoiselle Virgin, was this directed to you? Ahem.
Answer.
I will over-glance the superscript. To the snow-white hand of the most beauteous Lady Rosaline. I will look again on the intellect of the letter for the nomination of the party writing to the person written on two. Your ladyship's in all desired employment, Baron. Sir Nathaniel, this Baron is one of the votaries with the king, and here he hath written a letter to a sequent of the stranger queens, which, accidentally, or by way of progression, hath miscarried. Trip and go, my sweet, deliver this paper to the royal hand of the king, and may concern much. Stay not thy compliment, I forgive thy duty adieu.
With me? Sir, God save your life.
How good to see my girl.
Ah, sir, you've done this very religiously, in the fear of God, and as the Father says.
Sir, tell me not of the Father, I do fear colorable colors. But to return to the verses, did they please you, Sir Nathaniel?
Marvelous mouth of pen.
I do dine today with the father of a certain pupil of mine, where, before repast, it shall please you to gratify the table with a grace. I will, on the privilege I have with the parents of the aforesaid child or pupil, undertake your benvenuto, where I shall prove these verses to be very unlearned, savoring neither of poetry, wit, nor invention. I proceed to society.
I thank you very much, sir. For society, as the text saith, is the happiness of life.
And certes, the text most infallibly concludes it. Sir, I do invite you to, you shall not say me nay, Pauga, whereba? Away! The gentles are at their game, we will to our recreation. The king, he is hunting the deer. I am coursing myself. They have pitched a toil, I'm toiling in a pitch. Pitch that defiles. Defile, foul word. Sit thee down, sorrow. So they say the fool said it, so say I. I died a fool. Well-proved wit. By the Lord, this love is as mad as Ajax. It kills sheep. It kills me, I a sheep. Well proved to get at my side. I will not love. If I do hang me, faith I will not. But her eye. By this fight, but for her I would not love her.
Yes, for her 2 eyes. Well, I do nothing in the world but lie and lie in my throat. I do love. It hath taught me to rhyme and to be melancholy, and here's my rhyme. And here my melancholy. She hath one of my sonnets already. The clown bore it, and the fool sent it, and the lady hath it. Sweet clown, sweeter fool, sweetest lady. By the world, I would not care a pin if the other 3 were in. Here comes one with the paper. God give it grace to grow.
Ay me!
Shot by heaven. Proceed, sweet Cupid. Thou hast stumped him with thy bird bolt under the left path. Faith's secrets.
So sweet to kiss, the golden sun gives not. To the fresh morning drops upon the roses thy eye beams. When their fresh rays have smote the night of dew that on my cheeks downflowed. Nor shines the silver moon one half so bright through the transparent bosom of the deep, as doth thy face through tears of mine give light. Thou shinest in every tear that I do weep. No drop but as a coach doth carry thee, so ridest thou triumphing in my woe. Do but behold the tears that swell in me, and they thy glory through my grief doth show. O Queen of Queens, how far dost thou excel? No thought can think, no tongue of mortal tell. How shall she know my griefs? I'll drop the paper. Sweet leaves, shade folly. What? Who is he comes here? Longaville and reading? Listen, ear.
Now is that like this one?
Ay me, I am forsworn.
He comes in like a perjure wearing papers.
In love I am, sweet fellowship in shame.
The one drunkard loves another of the name.
Am I the first to have been perjured so?
I could put thee in comfort, not by 2 I know. Thou makest the triumvirate, the corner cap of society, the shape of love's tiber that hangs up simplicity.
I fear these stubborn lines lack power to move. Oh, sweet Maria, empress of my love. These numbers will I tear and write in prose.
Rhymes are guards on wanton Cupid's hose. Figure not his shot.
This same shall go. Did not the heavenly rhetoric of thine eye, 'gainst whom the world cannot hold argument, persuade my heart to this false perjury? Vows for thee broke deserve not punishment. A woman I forswore. But I will prove, thou being a goddess, I forswore not thee. My vow was earthly, thou a heavenly love. Thy grace being gained, cures all disgrace in me. Vows are but breath, and breath a vapor is. Then thou, fair sun, which on my earth doth shine, exhalest this vapor vow. In thee it is. If broken, then it is no fault of mine. If by me broke, what fool is not so wise to lose an oath to win a paradise?
This is the liver vein that makes flesh a deity, the green goose a goddess. Pure, pure idolatry. God amend us, God amend. We are much out of the way.
By whom shall I send this? Company, stay.
I'll hate, no infant like a demigod here stood I in the sky, and wretched fool's secrets he flew o'er I. More sex to the middle. Oh, heavens, I have my wish. Domain that transformed 4 woodcocks in a dish.
Oh, most divine Kate!
Oh, most profane coxcomb.
By heaven, the wonder in a mortal eye!
By
by earth, she's the corporal, there you
Her
lie.
amber hair for foul hath amber quoted.
An amber-colored raven was well noted.
As upright as the cedar.
Stoop, I say, her shoulders with child.
As fair as day.
Aye, some days, but then no sun must shine.
That I had my wish.
And I had mine.
It's not that
I would forget her, but fever she reigns in thy blood and will remember thee.
A fever in your blood. Why, then incision would let her out in saucers. Sweet Miss Prison.
Once more I will read the ode that I have writ.
Once more I'll mark how love can vary wit.
On a day, alack the day, love whose month is ever May, spied a blossom passing fair, playing in the wanton air. Through the velvet leaves the wind all unseen can passage find, that the lover, sick to death, wish himself through heaven's breath. Ere, quoth he, thy cheeks may blow, ere that I might triumph so. But alack, my hand is sworn ne'er to pluck thee from thy thorn. Thou, alack, for youth unmeet, youth so apt to pluck a sweet. Do not call it sin in me that I am sworn to be. Thou, whom Jove would swear Juno but me here were. And deny himself for Jove, turning mortal for thy love. This will I send in something else more plain, to express my true love's fasting pain. Oh, that the king Barone and Longbow were lovers too. Ill, to example ill, would from my forehead wipe a perjured note, for not offend were all alike do dote.
Jermaine!
Thy love is far from charity that in love's grief desires society. You may look pale, but I should blush, I know, to be overheard and taken napping so.
Come, sir! You blush, as if your case is such. You chided him, offending twice as much. You do not love Orion Longueville? Did never a sign for her sake compile? Nor never lay his wreathed arms athwart his loving breast to keep down his heart? I have been closely shrouded in this bush, and marked you both, and for you both did blush. I heard your guilty rhymes, observed your fashion, saw sighs reek from you, noted of all your passion. I me, says one. Oh, Jove, the other cries. One, her hair is golden, crystal, the other's eyes. You, for paradise, would break faith and troth, and Jove, for your sake, would infringe an oath. What will Barone say when he shall hear faith so infringed with such zeal did swear? How he will scorn, how he will span his wit, how he will triumph and laugh at it. For all the wealth that ever I did see, I would not have him know so much by me.
Now step I forth to hypocrisy. Ah! Good my liege!
Pardon me.
What grace hast thou, good heart, thus to reprove these worms for loving? That art most in love. Your eyes do make no coaches. In your tears there is no certain princess. Oh, what a scene of foolery have I seen! Sighs of groans of sorrow and of teen. Oh, with what patience have I sat to see a king transformed to a gnat. To see great Hercules whipping a gig, and profound Solomon to tune a jig, and Nestor play a pushpin with boys, and critic Timon laugh at idle toys. Where lies thy grief? Tell me, good Dumaine. And gentle Longueville, where lies thy pain? And where my liege is? All about the breast. A caudal bow!
Too bitter is thy jest. Are we thus betrayed to thy overview?
Not you betrayed by me, but I by you. I that am honest. I that hold it sin to break the vow I am engaged in. I am betrayed by keeping company with moonlight men of inconstancy. When will you see me write a thing in rhyme, or groan for love, or spend a minute's time in proving me? When will you see that I will praise a hand, a foot, a face, an eye, a gait, a shape, a brow, a breast, a waist, a leg, a limb?
What present hast thou there?
Some certain treason.
What makes treason here?
Nay, it makes nothing, sir.
With mar nothing neither, you and treason go and peace away together.
I beseech your grace, let this letter be read. Our person established 'twas treason, he said.
Rome, read it o'er. Where hadst thou it?
Stop.
Where hadst thou it?
Then our body.
How then was it? What is it here?
Toy, my liege, toy, your grace needs not fear it.
It did move him to passion, and therefore, let's hear it.
It is Barone's writing, and here is his name.
Poor son, longer had you were born to do me shame. Guilty, my lord, guilty. I confess.
What?
That you three fools, like me fools, make up the mess. He and you, my liege, and I are pig purses in love, and we deserve to die. Dismiss this audience, and I shall tell you more.
Now the number is even.
True, we are four. Will these turtles be gone?
Answers away.
Walk aside the true folk and let the traitors stay.
As true we are, as flesh and blood can be, young blood doth not obey an old decree. We cannot cross the cause while we were born, therefore of all hands must we be forsworn.
What? Did these rank lines show some love of thine?
Did they, quoth you? Who sees the heavenly Rosaline, like the ruined savage man of Inde, first opening of the gorgeous east, bows not his wassail head and struck in blind, kisses the base ground with obedient breast? What peremptory eagle-sighted eye dares look upon the heaven of her brow that is not blinded by her majesty?
What zeal, what fury hath inspired thee? My love, her mistress is a gracious moon. She, an attending star, scarce seen alight.
My eyes are then no eyes, nor I her own. But for my love, a day would turn to night. A withered hermit 50 winters worn might shake off 50 looking in her eye. A beauty doth varnish ages of newborn and gives the sponge the cradle's infancy. 'Tis the sun that maketh all things shine.
What is this? Are we not all in love?
Nothing so sure, and thereby all forsworn.
Then let us leave this chat. And good Barone, now prove our love is lawful, and our faith not scorn.
Aye, marry there, some flattery from this evil.
Some authority how to proceed, some tricks, some quillets, how to cheat the devil.
Some solve for perjury.
Consider what you first did swear unto. To fast, to study, and to see no woman. Flat treason against the kingly state of youth. Say, can you fast? Your stomachs are too young, and abstinence engenders maladies. And where that you vow to study, lords, and that each of you hath forsworn his book. Can you still dream and pore and thereon look? For when would you, my lord, or you, have found the ground which studies excellence without the beauty of a woman's face? From women's eyes this doctrine I derive. They are the ground, the books, the academies, from whence doth spring the true Promethean fire. Now, for not looking on a woman's face, you have in that forsworn the use of eyes, and study too the cause of your vow. For where is any author in the world teaches such beauty as a woman's face? But we have made a vow to study, lords, and in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you, have, in leaden contemplation, have found out such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes of beauty's tutors have enriched you with? Other slow arts entirely keep the brain, and therefore finding barren practices scarce show harvest of a heavy toil. But love, first learned in the lady's eyes, lives not alone immured in the brain, but with the motion of all elements, courses, swiftest thought in every power, and gives to every power a double power above their function and their offices. It adds a precious seeing to the eye. A lover's eye can gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear can hear the lowest sound. Love's tongue proves dainty buck as gross in taste. For valor is not love of Hercules, subtle as sphinxes, as sweet and musical as Apollo's lute strung in his hair. And when love speaks, the voice of all the gods makes heaven drowsy with the harmony. From women's eyes this doctrine I derive. They sparkle still the bright Promethean fire. They are the books, the arts, the academics that show, contain, and nourish all the world, else none at all enough proves excellent. Then fools you were these women to forswear. Let us once lose our oaths, find ourselves, or else we lose ourselves to keep our oaths.
Now, to plain dealing. Shall we resolve to woo these girls of friends?
Aye, and win them too. Therefore, let us devise some entertainment for them in their tents.
First from the park, let us conduct them thither.
Then homeward, every man attach the hand of his fair mistress.
In the afternoon we will, with some strange pastime, solace them, such as the shortest time can shape.
For revels, dances, masks, and merry hours, forerun fair love, strewing her way with flowers.
Away, no time shall be omitted. There will be time and made by us be fitted.
Gentlemen and sweethearts, it is my great pleasure to inform you that this is now intermission. Downstairs, we have portions, beverages, refreshments, and cookies.
Praise God for you, sir. Your recent dinner has been short and sententious. without scrutiny, witty without affectation, learned without opinion, smart without hearsay. But I did speak this one day with a companion of the king, who was intitulated, nominated, or called Don Adriano de Armado.
Oh, no me hominem tanquante. His humor is lofty, his discourse peremptory, his tongue fire, his eye ambitious, his gait majestical, and his general behavior vain, ridiculous, and prosodical. He is too picked, too spruce, too affected, too odd, as it were, too pregnant, as I could call it.
A singular interest, then.
He draweth out the thread of his verbosity finer than the staple of his argument. I do abhor such fanatical phantasms, such insociable and point-of-eyed companions.
Laus, Camilo. Benny Intelligo? Luigi Vector?
Video et gaudio.
Men of peace, well encountered.
Most military, sir. Salutation.
They've been at a great feast of languages and stolen the scraps.
Oh, they have all on the old-fashioned words. I'm poor the master hath not eaten these for a word. Well, thou art not so long, my head is honorific abilitudinatibus. Thou art easier swallowed than a flat dragon. Peace.
Deal begins.
Are you not leather?
Yes, yes. He teaches boys the horn book. What is a beast spelled backward with a horn on its head?
Ba, Britia, the horn added.
Bah, most silly sheep. You hear his learning?
Quiz, thou consonant!
The third are 5 vowels if you repeat them, or the fifth, the 5.
I shall repeat them. A, E, I.
The sheep, the last two conclusive. Oh, you.
By the salt wave of the Mediterranean, quick touch, rejoiceth my intellect, through wit.
Offered by a child to an old man, which is wit old.
What is the figure? What is the figure?
Horns.
Ah, thou disputest like an infant. Go with thy chick.
Artsman, preambulate. We will be singled from the barbarous. Do you not educate youth at the church house on top of the mountain?
Or Bonsville?
At your sweet pleasure for the mountain.
I do. Sans question.
Sir, it is the king's most sweet pleasure and affection to congratulate the princess at her pavilion in the posteriors of the day, which the rude multitude do call the afternoon.
The posterior of the day, most generous sir, is liable, congruent, and measurable for the afternoon. The word is well coded, chose, sweet and apt. I do assure you, sir, I do assure.
Sir, the king is a noble gentleman, and my familiar, I do assure you, very good friend. For what is in word between us, let it pass. I do beseech thee, remember thy courtesy. I beseech thee, apparel thy head, and among other important and most serious designs, and of great import indeed too, but let that pass. For I will tell thee, it will please his grace, by the word, sometime to lean upon my poor shoulder, and, with his royal finger, thus dally with my mustachio. But, sweetheart, let that pass. By the word, I recount no paper, some certain special honors it pleaseth his greatness to impart to Armado, a soldier, a man of travel that have seen the world. But let that pass. The very honorable is, and sweetheart, I do implore secrecy, that he would have me present to the princess, sweet choke, some delightful ostentation, or show, or pageant, or antic, or firework. Now understanding that the curate and your sweet self.
Sir Nathaniel!
are good at such sudden breaking out of laughter and eruptions, as it were, I have acquainted you with all to the end to crave your assistance.
Sir, you shall present before her the 9 worthies. Sir, as concerning some entertainment of time, some show in the posterior of this day, to be rendered by our assistants before this most gallant, illustrious, and learned gentleman, by the command of the king, before the princess, I say, none so fit as to present the 9 worthies.
But where will you find men worthy enough to portray them?
Joshua yourself, myself, Alexander, this gallant gentleman, Judas Maccabeus, and this swain, because of his great limb or joint, shall pass, Pompey the Great, the page Hercules.
Pardon, sir, he is not quantity enough for that worthy stone. He is not so big as the end of his clue.
Shall I have an audience? He shall play Hercules in minority. His enter and exit shall be strangling a snake, and I will have an apology for that purpose.
A most excellent device. Therefore, if any of the audience doth hiss, you may cry, "Well done, Hercules, thou crushest the snake." That is a way to make an offense gracious, though few have the grace to do it.
For the rest of the worthies,
I will play 3 myself.
Oh, thrice worthy gentlemen.
shall I tell thee a thing?
We attend.
We shall have, if this fails not, an antic. I beseech you, follow.
We are! Good man, Dull. You have spoken no word all this while.
Nor understood none neither.
Allah, we will employ thee.
I will be one in a dance or so. Or I will play on the tabor to the worthies and let them dance the hay.
Most dull, honest Dull, away.
Sweethearts, we shall be rich and we depart the fair and come this beautifully in. A lady walked out with diamonds, and I had the loving king.
Madam, came nothing else along with that?
Nothing but this. As much love in rhyme as could be crammed up in a sheet of paper, which both sides of the leaf, margin and all, that he was fain to seal on Cupid's name.
That was the way to make his godhead wax, for he had been 5,000 years a boy.
And a shrewd unhappy gallows too.
You'll never be friends with him. He killed your sister.
He made her melancholy, sad, and heavy. And so she died. Had she been light like you, of such a merry, nimble, stirring spirit, she might have been a granddam ere she died, and so may you, for a light heart lives long.
What's your dark meaning, Mouse, of this light word?
A light condition, in a beauty dark.
We need more light to find your meaning out.
You'll mar the light by taking it in snuff, therefore I'll darkly end the argument.
Look what you do. You do it still in the dark.
So do not you, for you are a light wench.
Indeed, I weigh not you, and therefore light.
You weigh not me, oh that you care not for me.
Great reason, for past cure is still past care.
Well, band me both, a set of wits well played. But Rosaline, you have a favorite too. Who sent it? What is it?
I would you knew. And if my face were but as fair as yours, my favor were as great. Be witness this, nay? I have verses too, I thank Varone. The number's true, and were the numbering too. I were the fairest goddess on the ground. I am compared to 20,000 fairs. He hath drawn my picture in his letter. Anything like. Much in the letters, nothing in the praise.
Beauteous as ink, a good conclusion.
But Catherine, what was sent to you from fair domain?
Madam, this love.
He did not send you twain.
Yes, madam, and moreover some 1,000 verses of a faithful lover. A huge translation of hypocrisy, vilely compiled, profound simplicity.
This and these pearls to me sent long ago. The letter is too long by half a mile.
I think no less. Does not thy wish in heart the chain were longer and the letter shorter?
For I would these hands might never part.
We are wise girls to mock our lovers so.
They are worse fools to purchase mocking so. That same Baron I'll torture ere I go. Then I knew he would but in by the week. How I would make him fawn and beg and seek and wait the season and observe the times and spent his prodigal wits in bootless rhymes and shape his service wholly to my hests and make him proud to make me proud that jests. So tyrant-like would I o'ersway his state that he should be my fool and I his fate.
None are so surely caught when they are catched as wit turned fool. Folly in wisdom hatched hath wisdom's warrant and the help of school and wit's own grace to grace a learned fool.
The blood of youth burns not with such excess as gravity's revolt to wantonness.
Folly in fools bears not so strong a note as foolery in the wise when wit doth dote, since all the power thereof it doth apply to prove by wit worth and simplicity.
Here comes Boyer, and mirthiness is in his face.
I am stabbed with laughter. Where's her
Thy
grace?
news, Boyer.
Prepare, madam, prepare. Arm, wenches, arm. Encounters mounted are against your peace. Love that doth approach disguised. Armed in arguments you'll be surprised. Muster your wits and stand in your own defense, or hide your heads like cowards and fly hence.
Saint Dennis to Saint Cupid. What are they to charge your Christ against us? Say, scout, say.
Under the cool shade of the sycamore tree, I thought to close mine eyes some half an hour, when lo, to interrupt my purposed rest, toward that shade I might behold addressed the king and his companions. Warily I stole into a neighbor thicket by and overheard what you shall overhear, that by and by, disguised, they will be here. Their herald is a pretty knavish page that hath by heart conned his embassage. Action and accent did they teach him there. Thus must thou speak, and thus thy body bear. And ever and anon they made it out that presence majestical would put him out. For, quoth the king, an angel shalt thou see, yet fear not thou, but speak audaciously. The boy replied, an angel is not evil. I should have feared her had she been a devil. With that, all laughed and clapped him on the shoulder, making the bold wag by their praises bolder. One rubbed his elbow thus, and fleered and swore a better speech was ne'er spoke before. Another, with his finger and his thumb, cried, we will do it, come what will come. The third capered and cried, all goes well. The fourth turned on toe, and down he fell. And with that all did tumble on the ground, with such a zealous laughter, so profound, that ridiculous in this spleen appears, to check their folly, passion's solemn tears.
But what come they to visit us?
They do, and are apparelled thus, like Muscovites or Russians, as I guess. Their purpose to parley, to court and dance, and everyone his several love suit will advance unto his mistress, which shall know by favours several which they did bestow.
And will they so? The gallant shall be tasked, for we shall every one be masked, and not a man of them shall have the grace despite of suit to see a lady's face. Oh, Rosaline, this favour thou shalt wear, and then the king will court thee for his dear. Oh, take thou this, and give me thine, so shall Baron take me for Rosaline. And change your favours too, so shall your loves be contrary deceived by these removed.
Tell then where the favour's most in sight.
But it is changing, what is your intent? The effect of my intent is to cross theirs. They do it but in mocking merriment, and mock for mock is only my intent. There's several counsels they embosom shall two loves mistook, and so be mocked withal upon the next occasion that we meet with visages displayed to talk and greet.
But will we dance, if they desire to it?
No, to the death we will not move a foot, nor to their penned speech render we no grace. But while 'tis spoke, each turned away her face.
Why, that contempt will kill the speaker's heart and quite divorce his memory from his part.
Therefore I do it, and I make no doubt the rest will ne'er permit if he be put out. There's no such sport as sport by sport or throw, to make theirs ours, and ours none but our own. So shall we stay mocking intended game, until they, well mocked, depart away with shame.
The trumpet sounds, we pass to the masquer's taunts.
All hail, most richest beauties on this earth.
Beauty's no richer than rich taffeta.
The holy parcel of the fairest dames that ever turned their backs to mortal views.
Their eyes, villain, their eyes.
That ever turned their eyes to mortal views. Vouchsafe, heavenly spirits, not to behold.
Once to behold, rogue.
Once to behold with your sunbeamed eyes. Your sunbeamed eyes.
They will not answer to that epithet. You'd best call it daughter-beamed eyes.
They do not mark me, and that brings me out.
Is this your perfectness? Be gone, rogue.
What would these strangers know their minds, boyer, if they do speak our language? 'Tis our will that some plain man recount their purposes. Know what they would.
What would you with the princess?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
What would they? Say they?
Nothing but peace and gentle visitation.
Why, that they have, and bid them so be gone.
She says you have it, and you may be gone.
Tell her we have measured many a mile to tread a measure with her, all of these class.
They say they have measured many a mile to tread a measure with you on this grass.
It is not so. Ask them how many inches is in 1 mile. If they have measured many, the measure then of one is easily told.
If to come hither you have measured miles and many miles, the princess bids you tell how many inches doth fill up 1 mile.
Tell her we measure them with our weary steps.
She hears herself.
How many weary steps of many weary miles you have all gone, unnumbered, in the travel of 1 mile?
We number nothing that we spend for you. Our duty is so rich, so infinite, that we may do it still without account. Vouchsafe to show us the sunshine of your face, that we like savages may worship it.
My face is but a moon, and clouded too.
Blessed are clouds to do as such clouds do. Vouchsafe, bright moon, and these, thy stars to shine. Those clouds removed upon our watery eyne.
Vain petitioner, beg a greater matter. Thou now requestest but moonshine in the water.
Then in our measure, do what vouchsafe us one change. Thou bidst me beg. This begging is not strange.
Play music then. Nay, you must do it soon. Not yet, no dance. Thus change I like the moon.
Will you not dance? How come you thus estranged?
You took the moon at full, but now she's changed.
Yet still she is the moon and I the man. The music plays, vouchsafe some motion to it.
Our ears vouchsafe it.
But your legs should do it.
Since you are strangers here, and come by chance, will not be nice. Take hands, or we will not dance.
Why take we hands then?
Only to part friends. Curtsy, sweethearts, and so the measure ends.
More measure of this measure. Be not nice.
We can afford no more at such a price.
Price you yourselves. What buys your company?
Your absence only.
That can never be.
Then cannot we be bought? And so adieu. Twice to your visor, and half once to you.
If you deny to dance, let's hold more chat.
In private, then.
I am best pleased with that.
White-handed mistress, one sweet word with thee.
Honey and milk and sugar. There is 3.
Nay then, who trains as if you grow so nice? Methodland, Wart, and Malmsey. Well, Randice, there's half a dozen sweets.
7, sweetheart, since you can cough, I'll play no more with you.
One word in secret.
Let it not be sweet.
Thou grievest my gall,
Gall and bitter.
therefore meat.
Will you vouchsafe with me to change a verb?
Name it.
Fair lady.
Say you so, fair lord. Take that for your fair lady.
Please it you, as much in private, and I'll visit you. What, was your visit made without a tongue?
I know the reason, lady, why you ask.
Oh, for your reason quickly, sir, I long.
You have a double tongue within your mask, and would afford my speechless wizard hack.
Veal, quoth the Dutchman. Is not veal a calf?
A calf, fair lady.
No, fair lord, calf.
Let's part the word.
No, I'll not be your half. Take all and wean it, it may prove an ox.
Look how you butch yourself with such sharp mocks. Will you give horns, chaste lady? Do not so.
Then die a calf before your horns do grow.
One word in private with you ere I die.
Lean softly then, the butcher hears you cry.
The tongues of mocking wenches are as keen as the razor's edge invisible, cutting a smaller hair than may be seen above the sense of sense. So sensible seemeth their conference. Their conceits have wings, fleeter than arrows, bullets, wind thought, swifter things.
Not one word more, my maids. Break off, break off.
Oh heavens, all dry beaten with pure scoff.
Farewell, mad wenches. You have simple bits.
20 adieus, and I throat is master bit. Is this the breed of wit so wondered at?
Tapers they are, with your sweet breaths puffed out.
Well liking wits they have. Gross, gross. Fat, fat.
Oh, poverty and wit, kingly poor clout. Will they not, think you, hang themselves tonight, or e'er but in wizard show their faces? This pert drone was out of countenance quite.
Oh, they were all in lamentable cases. The king was weeping ripe for a good word.
Dumaine was at my service, and his sword. No point, quoth I. My servant straight was mute.
Lord Longville said I came o'er his heart, and trow you what he called me? Qualm, perhaps? Good face.
Oh, sickness sounds so hard. Well, better wits have worn plain statute caps. But will you hear? The king is my love sworn, and quick Rome hath plighted faith to me.
And Longville was for my service born.
Dumaine is mine, as sure as bark on tree.
Madame and pretty mistresses, give ear. Immediately they will be here in their own shapes, for it can never be they will digest this harsh indignity.
Will they return?
They will, God knows, and leap for joy though they are lame with blows. Therefore, change favors, and when they repair, blow like sweet roses in the summer air.
How blow, speak to be understood.
The ladies masked are roses in their bud. Dismasked, their damask sweet commixture shown are angels veiling clouds or roses blown.
About perplexity, what shall we do if they return in their own shapes to woo?
Good madam, if by me you'll be advised, let's mock them still, as well known as disguised. Let us complain to them what fools were here, disguised like Muscovites in shapeless gear, and wonder what they were, and to what end their shallow shows, prologue vilely penned, and their rough carriage so ridiculous should be presented at our tent to us.
Madame, repair, the gallants are at hand.
Fair sir, God save you. Where's the princess?
Gone to her tent. Please, your majesty, to command me any service to her thither.
That she vouchsafe me audience for one word.
I will, my lord, and so will she. I know it. This fellow pecks up wit as pigeons peas, and utters it again when God doth please. He is wit's peddler, and retails his wares at wakes and wassels, meetings, markets, fairs. This gallant pins the wenches on his sleeve, and even Adam he had tempted Eve, and consciences that will not die in debt make him the dues of honey-tongued boy yet.
A blister on his sweet tongue with my heart, and put our model cage out of his part.
See where it comes. Behavior, what wert thou? Till this madman showed thee, and what art thou now?
All hail, sweet princess, and fair time of day.
Fair and all hail is foul, as I conceive.
Construe my speeches better, if you may.
Then wish me better. I will give you leave.
We've come to visit you, and purpose now to lead you to our court. Vouchsafe it then.
Nay, this field shall hold me, and so hold your vow. Nor God nor I delights in perjured men.
Rebuke me not for that which you provoke. The virtue of your eye must break my oath.
You nickname virtue vice you should have spoke, for virtue's office never breaks men's troth. Now by my maiden honor yet as pure as the unsullied lily I protest. A world of torments though I should endure, I would not yield to be your house's guest. So much I hate a breaking cause to be of heavenly oaths, bound with integrity.
Oh, but you have lived in desolation here, unseen, unvisited, much to our shame.
Not so, my lord, it is not so, I swear. We have had pastime here and pleasant games. A mess of Russians left us but of late.
How, madam? Russians?
Aye, truth, my lord, trim gallants full of courtship and state.
Good madam, speak true. It is not so, my lord. My lady, to the manner of the days, in courtesy gives undeserving praise. We four indeed confronted were in the Russian habit. Here they stayed an hour and talked apace, and in that hour, my lord, they did not bless us with one happy word. I did not call them fools, but this I think, when they are thirsty, fools would fain have drink.
This jest is dry to me. Fair, gentle, sweet, your wit makes wise things foolish. When we first breathe with eyes best seeing, heaven's fiery eye, by light we lose light. Your capacity is of that nature that to your huge store of wise things seem foolish, and rich things but poor.
This proves you wise and rich, for in my eye,
I'm a fool and full of poverty.
but that you take what doth to you belong, it were a fault to snatch words from my tongue.
I am yours and all that I possess.
All the fool mine?
I cannot give you less.
Which of the vizards was it that you wore?
Where, when, what is it? What measure this?
There then, that vizard, that superfluous case, that hid the worse and showed the better face.
We are described. The law is now done right.
Let us confess and not turn into a jest.
My lord, my look, your highness sad.
Hold his brows, he'll swoon. Why look you pale? Seasick, I think, coming from Muscovy.
And thus pour the stars down plagues for perjury, and in the face of brass full blunder out. Here stand I, lady, dart thy skill at me, bruise me with scorn, confound me with flout. Thrust thy sharp wit quite through my ignorance, cut me to pieces with thy keen conceit. And I will wish thee never more to dance, nor never more in Russian habit. Wait. Taffeta phrases, silken terms precise, three-piled hyperboles, spruce affectation, figures pedantical. These summer flies have blown me full of maggot ostentation. I do forswear them, and I here protest by this white glove, how white the hand God knows. Henceforth my wooing mind shall be expressed in russet gaze and honest pursy nose. And to begin, so God help me law, my love to thee is sound, sans crack or flaw.
Sans. I pray you.
Yet I have a trick of the old rage. Bear with me, I'm sick, I'll leave it by degrees. So, let us see. Right, Lord have mercy on us, on those three. They are infected, in their heart it lies. They have the plague and caught it of your eyes. These lords are visited, you are not free, for on you the Lord's tokens do I see.
Nay, they are free that gave these tokens to us.
Our states are forfeit, seek not to undo us.
It is not so, for how can this be true, that you stand forfeit, being those that sue?
Peace, for I will not have to do with you.
Nor shall not, if I do as I intend.
Speak for yourselves, my wit is at an end.
Sweet madam, teach us for our rude transgression some fair excuse.
The fairest is confession. Were not you here, but even now disguised?
Madam, I was.
And were you well advised?
I was. Dear madam,
When you then were here, what did you whisper in your lady's ear?
that more than all the world I did respect her.
When she shall challenge this, you will reject her.
Upon mine honor, no.
Peace, forbear, your oath once broke, you force not to forswear.
Despise me when I break this oath of mine.
I will, and therefore keep it. Rosaline, what did the Russian whisper in your ear?
Madam, he swore that he did hold me dear as precious eyesight, and did value me above this world, adding thereto moreover, that he would wed me, or else die my lover.
God give thee joy of him. The noble lord most honorably doth unhold his word.
What mean you, madam? By my life, my troth, I never swore this lady such an oath.
By heaven you did, and to confirm it plain, you gave me this. But take it, sir, again.
My faith and this, the princess, I did give. I knew her by that jewel upon her sleeve.
Pardon me, sir, this jewel did she wear? And Lord Barone, I think it is mine. But will have me or that pearl again.
Neither, I remit both twain. I see the trick on it. Here was consent, knowing the forehand of our merriment, dash it like a Christmas comedy. Some fairy tale, some mumble news, some slight zany, some please man, some trencher knight, some dick that smiles his cheek in years and knows the trick to make my lady laugh when she's disposed, told our intents before, which once disclosed the ladies did change favors, and then we, following the sign, were but the sign of she. Now to our perjury to add more terror, we are forsworn again in will and error. Much to it is this, and might not you forestall our sport to make us thus untrue? You put our page out, though you are allowed to die when you will, a smock shall be your shroud. You leer upon me, do you? There's an eye who's like a leaden sword. Full merrily hath this brave managed this career been run. Lo, he is tilting straight. Peace, I am done. So welcome, pure wit, thou partest the fair fray.
O Lord, sir, they would know whether the three worthies shall come in or no.
What? Are there but three?
No, sir, but it is verified for every 1% 3.
And 3 times thrice is 9.
Not so, sir. Under correction, sir, I hope it is not so. No, sir, you cannot beg us, sir. I can assure you, sir, we know what we know. I hope, sir, 3 times thrice, sir.
Is not 9?
Under correction, sir, we know where to adopt them out.
By Jove, I always took 3 threes for 9.
Oh, Lord, sir, it were a pity you were to get your living by reckoning.
How much is it?
Oh, Lord, sir, the parties that themselves so, the actors so, will show where until it doth amount. For my own part, I am, as they say, but to perfect one man and one more man, Pompey the Great, sir.
Art thou one of the worthies?
It pleased them to think me worthy of Pompey the Great. For my own part, I know not the degree of the worthy, but I am to stand for him.
Go. Bid them prepare.
We will turn finally all, sir. We will take some care.
For Rome, they will shame us. Let them not approach.
We are shame-proof, my lord, and 'tis some policy to have one show worse than the king's in his company.
I say they shall not come.
Nay, my good lord, let me o'errule you now. That sport best pleases that doth least know how. Where zeal strives to content, and the content dies in the zeal of that which it presents. For form confounded makes most form and mirth, when great things laboring perish in their birth.
A right description of our sport, my lord.
Anointed. And for so much expense, and thy sweet royal death, as will offer a recent words.
Does this man serve God?
Why ask you?
He speaks not like a man of God's making.
That is all one, my fair, sweet only monarch. For I protest, the schoolmaster is exceeding fantastical. Too vain, too vain. But you will put it as they say, tu fortuna de la guerra. I wish you peace of mind, most royal compliment.
This is like to be a good present of worthies. He presents Hector of Troy, the swain Pompey the Great, the parish curate Alexander, our mother's page Hercules, the pedant Judas Maccabeus, and if these four worthies in their first shall thrive, these four will change habits and present the other five.
She was setting sail when she comes of name. I, Pompey am.
You lie. You are not he.
I, Pompey am.
Leopard's head on knee. Well said, old mocker. I must need to be friends with thee.
I, Pompey am. Pompey surnamed the Big.
Great.
It is great, sir. Pompey surnamed the Great, that often field with targe and shield did wake my foe to sweat. And traveling along this coast, I here am come by chance to lay my arms before the legs of this sweet lass of France. And her ladyship would say, thanks, Pompey. I had done.
Great thanks, great Pompey.
'Tis not so much worth, but I hope I was perfect. I made a little faulty great.
Oh, my hat to a halfpenny. Pompey approves the best quotation.
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander. By east, west, north, south, I spread my conquering might. This escutcheon plate declares me Alexander.
Your nose says no, you are not he, for it stands to a right.
Your nose smells no in this most tender-smelling night.
The conqueror is dismayed. Proceed, good Alexander.
When in the world I lived, I was the world's commander.
Indeed, 'tis true, so you were, Alexander.
Pompey the Great,
Your servant and the star?
take away the conqueror, take away Alexander.
Oh, sir, you have overthrown Alexander the Conqueror. You will be scraped out of the painted cloth for this. Your lion with his poleaxe on his closed stool will be given to Ajax. He will be the ninth worthy, a conqueror, and a fear to speak. Run away for shame, Alexander. There, and shall please you. A foolish, mild man, an honest man, look you, and soon dashed
marvelous good neighbor in faith and a very good bowler. But for Alexander, well, you see how it is? A little lower parted. But there are worthies who coming will speak their minds in some other piece.
Stand aside, good Pompey.
Great Hercules is presented by this imp whose club killed Cerberus, that three-headed Conus, and when he was a child, a babe, a shrimp, thus he strangled serpents. With his manus, quoniam he seemeth in minority, ergo I come with this apology. Keep some state in thy exit and vanish. Judas I am.
A Judas!
Oh, not Iscariot, sir. Judas I am, equipped Maccabeus.
Well, Judas Maccabeus clipped is plain Judas.
A kissing traitor! How art thou proved, Judas?
Judas I am.
The more shame for you, Judas.
What bring you, sir?
To make Judas hang himself.
Oh, begin, sir, you are my elder.
Well followed, Judas was hanged on an elder.
Oh, I will not be put on countenance.
Because thou hast no face.
What is this?
A cittern head.
The head of a bodkin.
Death's face in a ring.
The face on an old Roman coin, scarce seen.
The pommel of Caesar's falchion.
The carbone face on the flask.
St. George's half-cheek in a brooch.
I, a brooch of lead.
I am one in the cap of a tooth drawer. Well, go forward, we put thee in countenance.
You have put me out of countenance.
False, we have given thee faces.
Oh, but you have outfaced them all.
And thou would lie, we would do so.
But as he is an ass, let him go. And therefore adieu, sweet Jude. Nay, why do you stay?
Oh, for the latter end of his name.
From the ass to the Jude. Give it him. Jude ass.
Away. This is not generous, not gentle, not humble.
Alight for Monsieur Judas, it grows dark, he may stumble.
Alas, the Maccabeus, have we half been baited?
Hide thy head Achilles, here comes Hector in arms.
Though my moms come home by me, I'll now be married.
Hector was but a Troyan in respect of this.
What is this Hector?
I think Hector was not so clean-timbered. His leg is too big for Hector's.
I'm a half certain.
Nay, he is best endued in these small.
This might not be Hector.
He's a god or a painter or makes faces.
The omnipotent Mars of Lances the Almighty gave Hector a gift.
A gilt nutmeg.
A lemon.
Stuck with cloves.
No, clothing.
Peace. The omnipotent Mars of Lances the Almighty gave Hector a gift. The Aerovirion, a man so brave that he would fight, yea, from morn till night, out of his pavilion. I am that flower, that meat,
That columbine.
sweet Lord Lonagon, rain thy tongue.
I must rather give it the rain, for it runs against Hector.
Aye, Hector was a greyhound.
Sweet Warman is dead and rotten. Sweet Chucks, beat not the bones of the buried. For when they breathed, he was a man. But I will forward with my device. Sweet royalty, bestow on me the sense of hearing.
Speak, brave Hector, we are much delighted.
I do adore thy grace's slipper.
Loves her by the foot.
He may not by the yard.
This Hector
The
barks
party
around.
is gone, fellow Hector. She is gone. She is 2 months on her way.
What meanest thou?
Faith, unless you play the honest Troy, the poor wench will be cast away. She's quick. The child drags her belly already. 'Tis yours.
Dost thou infaminize me among potentates? Thou shalt die.
Then she'll have to be whipped for Jacqueline that
Pompey.
Greater than great, 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 great Pompey. Pompey, you have your temples.
Morate, stir them on.
Hector will challenge him.
I have no man's blood in his belly that will stop a flea.
Pompey is uncasing for the combat. What mean you? You will lose your reputation.
Gentlemen and soldiers, I will not combat in my shirt.
You may not deny it. Pompey hath made the challenge.
Sweet blood, I both may and will.
What reason have you for it?
The naked truth of it is, I have no shirt. I go warward for penance.
'Tis true, it was enjoined him in Rome for want of linen. And since then, he wears not but a dishclout of jaquanetta. And that he wears next to his heart for a favor.
That's it, madam. Welcome, Mercade, but that thou interrupts our merriment.
I am sorry, madam. The news I bear weighs heavy in my tongue. The king, your father, dead for my life. Even so, my tale is told.
Worthies away, the scene begins to cloud.
How fares your majesty?
Pray prepare, I will wait tonight.
Not so, madam, I do beseech you, stay!
Prepare, I say. I thank the gracious Lord for all your fair endeavors, and entreat, out of the new sad soul, that you vouchsafe to excuse or hide in our rich wisdom the liberal opposition of our spirits. If over both we have borne ourselves in the converse with breath of your gentleness, is guilty of it. I thank you, gracious Lord. A heavy heart bears not an evil tongue. Excuse me so, coming too short of thanks for my great suit so easily obtained.
The extreme parts of time extremely form all causes to the purpose of his speed, and at his very noose decides that which long process could not arbitrate. And though the morning brow of progeny forbids the smiling courtesy of love, the holy suit which fame would convince, yet, since love's argument was first on foot, let not the cloud of sorrow jostle it from what it purposed. For to lose friends but newly found is not by so wholesome profitable as to rejoice in friends.
I understand you not. My griefs are double.
Honest, plain words best pierce the ear of grief, and by these matches understand the king. For your fair sakes have we neglected time, played foul play with our oaths. Your beauties, ladies, have much deformed us, fashioning our humors even to the opposed end of our intents. Our love being yours, the heir of that love makes is likewise yours. We are to ourselves false, if once to be false, if ever to be true to those that make us both. Fair lady. And that falsehood, in itself a sin, thus purifies itself and turns to grace.
We have received your letters full of love, your favors, the ambassadors of love, and in our maiden council rated them at courtship, pleasant jest and courtesy, as bombast and as lining to the time. But more devout than this in our respects have we not been, and therefore mention your loves in their own fashion, like a merriment.
Our letters, madam, showed much more than jest.
So did our looks.
We did not quote them so.
Now, at the very latest minute of the hour, grant us your love.
At time methinks too short to make a world without end bargaining. No, your grace is perjury much full of dear guiltiness, and therefore this. If for my love as there is no such cause, you will do aught, this you will do for me. Your oath I will not trust, but go with speed to some forlorn and naked hermitage, remote from all the pleasures of the world. There stay until the 12 celestial signs have brought about the annual reckoning. If this austere and sociable life change not your offer made of keenest blood, if gross and fast, hard lodging and thin weeds, and if not the gaudy blossoms of your love, but that it bear this trial and last love, then at the expiration of the year come challenge me. Challenge me by these deserts, and by this virgin palm now kissing thine, I will be thine. Until that instant, shut my woeful self up in a mournful house, raining the tears of lamentation for the remembrance of my father's death. If this thou do deny, let our hands part, neither entitled as the other side.
If this or more than this I would deny, to flatter up these powers of mine with breath. The sudden hand of death close up mine eye, hence ever then my heart is in thy breath.
And what to me, my love, or what to me? A wife?
A beard, fair health, and honesty. With threefold love, I wish you all these three.
Well,
Shall I say thank you, gentle wife? Not so, my lord. A 12-month and a day. I'll mark no words that smooth-faced wooers say. Come when the king doth to my lady come. Then if I have much love, I'll give you some. I'll serve you true and faithfully till death. Yet swear not, lest you be forsworn again.
What says Mariah?
At the 12 months' end, I'll change my black gown for a faithful friend.
The time is long, but I'll stay with patience.
Like you, if you tell her so young.
Mistress, look upon me. Behold the window of my heart, mine eye, the humble suitor tends thy answer there. Impose some service on me for thy love.
Oft have I heard of you, my Lord Baron, before I saw you, and the world's large tongue proclaims you for a man replete with mocks, full of comparisons and wounding flouts, which you on all estates will execute, that lie within the mercy of your wit. To weed this wormwood from your fruitful brain, and therewithal to win me, if you please, without the which I am not to be won, you shall this 12-month term, from day to day, visit the speechless sick, and still converse with groaning wretches, and your task shall be, with all the fierce endeavor of your wit, to enforce the pained impotent to smile.
To move wild laughter in the throat of death? It cannot be. It is impossible. Mirth cannot move a soul in agony.
Why, that's the way to choke a jibing spirit, whose influence is begot of that loose grace which shallow, laughing hearers give to fools. A jest prosperity lies in the ear of him that hears it, never in the tongue of him that makes it. Then, if sickly ears, deaf with the clamors of their own dear groans, will hear your idle scorns, continue then, and I will have you, and that fault withal. But if you will not, throw away that spirit, and I shall find you empty of that fault, right joyful of your reformation.
A 12 months. But befall what will befall, which is the 12-month anniversary.
Aye, sweet my lord, and so I take your leave.
Not so, dear madam. We will bring you on your way.
Your wooing doth not end like the old play. Jack hath not Jill. These ladies' courtesy might well have made our sport a comedy.
Come, sir. Wants a 12-month and a day, and then 'twill end.
That's too long for a play.
Sweet Majesty, vouchsafe me.
Was not that Hector, the worthy knight of Troy?
I will kiss thy royal finger and take my leave. I am a voter. The words of Mercury are harsh after the songs of Apollo. You that way, we this way.